Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's an exciting week here, not just here at this Woodyard, but for everybody in this community. Whether you're going or whether you're staying home and going to watch the festivities through your television or on your phone, this coming weekend is the 76th annual New York State Woodsmans Field Days event up in Booneville, New York. I've been looking forward to this probably since Paul Bunyan last year. This is a show that I've never been to, but it's supposed to be a really good show. The weekend's going to be packed full of stuff, all kinds of events, chainsaw carvings, lumberjack, lumberjill events, and a lot of vendors. Pretty much everybody, all the big name vendors will be there. So I'm looking forward to going up there and seeing you all that are coming, meeting everybody, meeting some new faces and seeing some old friends as well. But that is coming up this weekend, and I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you're there, make sure you stop by and say hello. Val and the kids will be with me as well. This will be their first event like this to meet you all, so I know you all will make them feel welcome. We've got a couple things going on here today. We got one issue here in the Woodyard. We've had some storms come through recently. It's summertime storms, and we've got a known problem that seems to be getting a little worse. I'll share that with you. And we've got some wood to get processed because we've only got a couple loads left on this 10-quart order that I'm delivering of green wood, and we're going to get started on another load of that to stay on pace to have all that order done by the end of this month. So stick around. So here is the problem that we've got going on in the Woodyard, and it's this tree right here. This is a black locust tree, and we noticed probably about a year or so ago that it was starting to lean towards the neighbor's property over here on the other side of the fence. And it seems like every time we have some high winds or a storm, it leans a little bit further. We did have a limb break off right here, landed in their driveway. We have the split rail fence up down the property line. They have horses next door, so they've taken down the split rail fence just in case this does go. They don't want to tear up the fence. But here in the very near future, this locust tree is going to have to come down. It seems like it's alive. I mean, it's still green at the top, but it's not in very good shape. You can see the stump there. This broke off a couple storms ago, so I had to cut that off and got rid of that. And it's just inevitable that, unfortunately, this is going to have to come down. So we're keeping an eye on that, and probably in the next week or two, that's going to come down, and we'll be bucking up and splitting some black locust. I know last week we were at the house in the backyard talking about the bond stove from Warm Bond, so we weren't here in the yard. So the last time you were here, both of these trailers were loaded with green wood going to my 10-quart customer. Obviously, enough time has passed that those trailers are empty again. We have delivered and stacked all that wood for him. I've also got, if you remember back here behind the splitter, there was some wood stacked up, some rounds stacked up. We've got that all split, and what I did with that, I'm pretty sure it's about ready to go. It had been sitting there for a while. It was really dry when I was splitting it. But we filled up a couple of these IBC totes with that wood, so I split it and split it a little smaller so it'll be bundle wood. I have also since processed the the pile of apple wood we had laying here. So that IBC tote has got 2 full stacks in it plus the start of the 3rd stack. There's some chunks there, and there's a couple of the bigger rounds still left over here. Unfortunately, I did find once I started cutting into that bigger stuff that it was full of ants and had a lot of rot in it. So I kept the good looking stuff and some of the chunks here. There's another wheelbarrow full of chunks down below. But some of that I just couldn't process. I had to get rid of it. Also loaded this trailer up with some more of those rounds that were over there. So we're getting stuff done here, but today we still got all these rounds laying next to the Eastonmade. There's some ash, there's some oak, there's some maple, and we're going to get all that split up and cut on this locust and white oak that's laying here, and open all this stuff back up again. Things have gotten pretty messy over here in the yard, so I spent some time cleaning up, and this is the next part of the cleanup job right here. So the reason that I want to get this 10 cord order done before the end of this month of August is because orders are already coming in for fall heating wood. I've already got orders for, I think, either 26 or 27 full cord. So that's quite a bit of wood that I'm going to have to start delivering in September. And you know, that's in addition to any orders that may come later on. So I'm just greasing this up here. There's a grease fitting behind the push plate, but I always like to put a thin coat of grease on the beam itself. And then we'll get started splitting these rounds. So a little bit of change of plans here. I think I'm done splitting for the moment. I split all the oak that was already bucked up over there. I've got about half a trailer load of all oak rounds. What's left over there is a little bit of ash and a little bit of maple, but I think I'm not going to split that into this load because this is going to my greenwood customer, as we talked about earlier, and that ash and maple will be ready to go a lot sooner than next year. So I'm going to save that and split that and have that available for bundle wood or campfire wood or whatever the case may be. So my mom walked down here earlier and I was talking to her about this tree over here, and she is a little bit more concerned about it than I initially was, and she says that needs to come down sooner than later. So instead of bucking on this locust and white oak, we're going to drop a locust tree today. So I'm going to get the skid loader fired up and have it ready and on standby. I'll get the other dump trailer hooked up and ready to load brush and stuff on. But we'll drop these 2 stems of this black locust tree, get what good firewood we can get out of it, and load the rest on the trailer. tree was down. Now it's all cleaned up. Get on my cleanup skills from working with Blandford's Tree Service. Those boys make sure they're cleaned up right every time. But I am no tree cutter. Do not take any lessons from me cutting trees because I have very little experience at it. You can see on the top there, my wedge was my face cut was way too deep. Everything worked out, everything fell where I wanted it to. But I'm going to cut that stump off here shortly. Load all this brush up into the dump trailer. And then we've got a few good firewood logs here also. Mom's over there weed whacking. Say hi, Mom. So let me get this brush loaded up onto the dump trailer, then we'll cut this stump. All right, all cleaned up there. You know, about halfway through loading that brush, I was thinking to myself, do I know anybody that has a chipper? No, I'm not one to ask for help or favors. If I ask you for a favor, it's because I'm in desperate need, but I can just take this down to the woods. It didn't take me too long to load that up. But now we're gonna cut this stump off. Mom says to cut it low to the ground, but leave a little bit up so that when she's mowing the grass, she doesn't forget it's there. So we'll cut it off a couple inches above the ground. All right, I'm about whooped. I think I'm gonna call it a day. Val and the kids wanna go out on the boat this afternoon. I think maybe I'll take them to dinner on the water as well this evening. But a couple things before we go here. Don't forget, this weekend is the New York State Woodsmans Field Days event up in Booneville, New York. And a bunch of us are gonna be there. A lot of YouTube channels are gonna be there. If you're coming, please make a point to stop by and say hello. I'd love to meet everybody, people I've already met, plus new faces. It should be a great time. For those of you who aren't coming, I know myself, and I'm sure a lot of these other YouTube channels are going to cover the event very, very well. So you will be right there along with us, and we will do our best to make you feel like you're part of the event. One more thing I want to bring up is we are closing in less than 50 subscribers away from 9,000. It's going to be a party on the Thirsty Thursday live stream this month if we can get there before then. We're going to do a giveaway, 9,000 subscribers. We're going to give away 9 items, and I have a couple new things that you've never seen before that I'm pretty excited about that I want to show y'all. So tell your friends about the channel. Please share my videos and help continue to grow the channel. I certainly appreciate it. For those of you who are going to New York, I'll see you there. And for those of you who are not, I will see you back here again next Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.